morning, guys. Welcome back to Lick Branch Farm. I want to give you guys an update. I know a couple of videos ago I had talked about putting this temporary enclosure up to put hens or put chickens out here in the garden, let them go ahead and start tilling and working the soil and all that good stuff. Well, the past couple of days, I worked on it a little bit. I got this netting material locally. Got 2 rolls, 100-foot rolls, and I've got a 50 by 50 enclosure, roughly 3,000 square feet, something like that. Anyway, right now I've only got 10 hens out here. I'm kind of seeing, making sure they're not going to try to make a break for it. Kind of like this old girl's trying to do. All right. Old girl there wanted to keep jumping up on top of the coop, and I ain't got about that much room over the top of it to where they could jump over easily if they wanted to, so I'll take care of that. Anyway, I started throwing some old wet hay that I had over here up under the round bale. Started throwing that out here. They'll scatter that out and nip out all the greens. You can see how they're already working in it. They're going around the edges, scratching, eating a lot of grass. Sitting on the other side, foraging, doing what chickens do. They stay cooped up in that small pen over there. All they do is eat and lay eggs, of course, but put them to work, get a little bit out of them. I put these 10 in here last night after I finished up, and I imagine we're going to give it about 4 weeks. If nothing happens, we're going to try to keep them in here 4 weeks. I need to put probably 1 strand electric fence around this thing. Keep anything. I'm not worried about them getting out. I'm more worried about something trying to get in. Stray dogs, coyotes, whatever. We've got both. I put a couple of temporary nesting boxes inside that small coop, that temporary coop, and I'm curious to see if they're going to use them. Normally about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, most of these hens have already laid for the day. So I got some other stuff I'm going to do. I'm going to go get some more gas. I got to finish cutting these logs up from that old gum tree that was cut up back in the spring. I never got around to it, so I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning that up. And hopefully get ready to put a goat field in, or goat pasture in. I got out here on the tractor the other day with the disc, and I got this plot down here ready, which will be for English peas, and I think I'm going to put cabbage in there. And also turned over where the potatoes are going to go. I'm hearing it's going to be hard to get seed potatoes, but I'm going to give it a couple more weeks. I haven't found any yet. I'm not in a large supply. I'm looking at about 50 pounds. But haven't found any in a large supply yet. But if I don't by the end of January, I'm just going to go buy store-bought and use those as seed potatoes, I guess. Store-bought meaning grocery store. Yeah, I can tell they're already happy to be in a bigger space. They, running around in there. It was getting a little messy, and they definitely wasn't happy in there, I don't think. Just because so many chickens. You get 20 chickens in one spot, it can turn to mud and dirt real quick. I've still got 11 Americanas in one of my goat pens up here. Now, they are not laying yet, but they should turn on here in the next month or two, or easy by spring. Keep them separated from the rest of the flock. I don't know what it is about chickens, but if they're raised together, they seem to tolerate each other a lot more. But if you try to introduce a bird of a different age class, ain't nothing but trouble, man. These big chickens, they steady picked on them other ones to the point to where they didn't have any tail feather. So I took them out and put them in there by themselves with my doe, my pygmy goat, and they're a lot happier in there. But you can see all these. That's eventually going to be pasture, goat pasture up there, and I can run a tractor across that for a long time. Even in the gardens, I can pull them out through the gardens as I'm rotating crops out. But I'm thinking I'm going to actually do meat birds this year too, and I'm going to pasture those. Once they come out of the brooder, I'm going to have another tractor that I'm going to put this little streak of grass you see in between the gardens. It's a little bit of a hill, and I never plant it because of erosion issues, but I think this year I'm going to set my tractor up, my chicken tractor, for meat birds up in here, and I'm going to plant a clover, something high protein grass clover mixture for them to feed on, and I can move them up through there every couple days and Just see what kind of bird comes off of that. I'm curious to see, you know, non-GMO feed and feeding them on pasture, clover and ryegrass, things of that nature, and see what happens, see what it tastes like. But we still got to get out here and clean up the garden. I got some old stuff over there, old mustard and all that stuff. I don't know if it's gonna make it much longer. These frosts that we're getting now, they're pretty hard. I mean, they're down in the low 20s, and it's pretty thick. You can see how the old girl there, she's nipping at that green. I'll tell you what, anything green in there won't stand it long. Let's see if I can zoom in where she's at. Alright guys, well these girls seem like they're pretty happy with their new surroundings. I'm going to be working over here most of the day so I can keep an eye on them. Make sure they don't find no little holes to get out of. Chickens are great escape artists. But given as much room as they got and as much food is in there, I don't see why they would want to get out anymore. But they hear that rooster crowing over yonder and they all want to pile up on the corner down here, but I don't know, I may move him over here, I may not. I don't know what I'm going to do just yet. He's pretty aggressive, that Buffy. But yeah, appreciate you guys checking in. I got some more work to do. I got to get over here and get started on this, these trees, cut these trees up. But tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Friday, Saturday, I'm going to do a video on seed starting. I'm going to be starting cabbage. I'm going to be starting beets, and what else? Cabbage, beets, and there was something else that I had. Oh, lettuce. We starting a whole bunch of lettuce. I got like 6 different varieties, and I bought a bunch more, but I'm kind of fine-tuning what I want to put out here. Looking for more heat-tolerant stuff, because around here it can go from spring to summer real quick. So once this stuff gets out in the garden and it starts germinating, I mean it starts, you know, putting out and we're cutting off of it and all that stuff, I don't want to get a hot spell and it bolt and then we lose it. So I'm looking for more heat-tolerant varieties. And I think I've got a few up there, but we're definitely going to have 2 double rows of lettuce, I know, and a couple different kinds of beets, a couple different kinds of cabbage. That was my main reason for getting this bottom garden started down here and getting this area right here ready, because once I get these chickens off of this, I can go ahead and roll it up and get it ready to plant. Still got English peas to get in the ground. So, I mean, we got a lot to do in a short period of time, but the weather has been so wet, it's incredibly hard to get anything done around here. But I'm gonna get off here and get to work. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button over here in the right hand corner. Click the bell notification so you get notified every time I put out a video. And as always guys, I'll see you on the next one.